Hi everyone, welcome back to the autobiography. If you've been following the channel, you know I'm all about building routines to drive success, both physically and mentally. And cold plunging is one of those practices that truly changed my mindset and my mornings. I'm going to take you through my experience behind cold plunging and the many benefits it offers, from improved mental clarity and resilience to faster muscle recovery. I'll also share what this journey has been like for me personally. What is it like to start? What are the challenges? And the small but powerful victories each plunge brings. Hi everyone, welcome back to the autobiography. My name's Chris. If you're new to this channel, welcome. In this episode, we are going to be talking about the cold plunge, and specifically, I'm going to be diving into the last 3 to 4 months of me doing cold plunges. I want to give you real world experience of what it's like to start, the benefits, some of the downsides, and some other bits and pieces and tips in regards to maintaining your cold plunge. I'm going to be giving you my top 5 tips for cold plunges. Whether you've just started or you're experienced, there'll be something for everybody. Stick around, it's going to be a good one. My number 5 is cold showers. This is a key dependency before you go into full cold water submersion. And the reason is, it's cheap, it's simple, and we should be doing it every day. The best way to break into doing cold showers is, first of all, don't jump into the deep end. Start slowly and incrementally. So the first time you might try it, just get to a temperature where you feel a slight discomfort and try and stay there for 10 seconds. The next week, try and increase it to 15 seconds. Then the week after, 20 seconds, and so forth and so on. When you get to about 3 minutes, that's when you're properly ready for full body cold water submersion. So I've mentioned in previous videos the reasons why I got into a cold plunge, so I won't repeat it here, but Wim Hof was a big inspiration in regards to doing cold plunges, and he recommended what I've just discussed in regards to incremental cold showers. Now the science behind this is in regards to your shock reflex. You've probably heard it if you're in the UK, every summer we get adverts saying if you go into the water, the worst thing you can do is try and thrash around because you panic to try and float on top of the water. Now the reason that is when you hit the cold water, your natural instinct is to go like that, and that's actually how people drown, is inhaling that water. So the same reaction, which is a subconscious kind of instinct, if you can start to control that, which is a stress reflex, that is the key in regards to full body submersion. I'm going to go on to some of the benefits in regards to dopamine in a bit, but for now, my number 5 is cold showers. If you're not doing them, please get on it today. Number 4. This is a slight side topic, but I've already mentioned it, and it's Wim Hof, and it's Wim Hof breathing. Wim Hof breathing simulates that stress reflex by doing aggressive belly breathing. Now the best way to get into a cold plunge is actually to do Wim Hof before you go into a cold plunge. You gain oxygen into your body is more relaxed, you get a natural high, you're in a really good mental place. So going and doing Wim Hof, I personally do 3 rounds of 40 breaths. On average, I hold my breath for between 2 to 3 minutes. My max is almost 4 minutes. So again, in regards to these pillars of like successful routines, Wim Hof breathing first, and then doing either a cold shower or when you're ready doing a full cold plunge and submersion, that is another key dependency that can help you get ready for that shock reflex. And the key with the cold plunge is actually controlling that shock reflex. So instead of going in and panicking and wanting to jump out, having that confidence that you're okay, just breathe, you're going to be okay. That's number 4. Number 3, I've just mentioned it, but do this in the cold plunge when you're ready. Breathe. focus on your breathing. When you first go in, you're gonna have that initial shock. If you go to my shorts, I post a daily cold plunge, which I do every day. If you watch for the first few seconds when I get in, this is how my face looks. Because that involuntary reaction, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to control that. That's where I'm up to. I want to try and be able to control those initial 2 to 3 seconds. So when you get into the cold water, you're going to have that initial reaction, that deep inhale. If you've just done Wim Hof, you should already be a little bit acclimatized in regards to controlling your breathing and getting into that rhythm. But the key is breathe, just breathe. And that's why it's one of the key benefits of the cold plunge, is because you're continuing that breathing exercise. Focus on the moment. One tip that I can recommend is focus on the 4-4-4 method in regards to your breathing. 4-second inhale, hold, 4-second exhale, and hold for 4 seconds. So you're doing all fours. Just think of it as 4-4-4, and you'll be surprised how quickly 3 minutes can fly by. When I'm really feeling the cold, if you go to my shorts, you will see me just zone out and go into that mode. That was my number 3. My number 2 tip is in regards to maintenance and cleanliness. So now you've done your cold showers, you've introduced Wim Hof breathing, and now you're getting into that rhythm of doing your cold water submersion, and you're getting into that breathing rhythm as well. If you've got a cold plunge, you are going to eventually have to clean it out. Again, I've done a video on this in regards to like a detailed breakdown of how to maintain your cold plunge. I have a wooden whiskey barrel that holds 120 gallons of water. Again, perfect submersion. So if you want to watch that, you'll be in the somewhere up there, I can imagine. But one of the key things to consider when you get a cold plunge is how are you going to clean it? Are you going to use chlorine? Are you going to use ozone treatment, which is a product that's on the market? Are you just going to leave it natural? Are you going to collect rainwater? Personally, I am using chlorine at the moment, but I'm not a massive fan of it at all. I am looking and researching other aspects and other kind of treatments. With that being said, there are a couple of ozone treatments on there which claim to be 4 times stronger and better and all that type of stuff. But again, you need electric, and I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. I do have my cold plunge open to the elements, so it does actually collect rainwater. And what that can sometimes promote, and again, this is another thing that really isn't discussed, is algae. So you do get quite a bit of algae in this a couple of times. Actually, I think in the cold plunge today, so I'm actually recording this on Halloween, so if you go to that short that I've put on today, you will see that I'm looking round for the first 30 seconds because I'm like, it's pretty green and brown in here. And I only actually filled it up on Saturday, and today's Thursday. So it doesn't take long for algae to build up and for it to look dirty. Now again, I'm in merry old England, it's grey and it's brown. That's the weather, by the way. And I just want to make sure that it could just be that. I don't want to overthink it, but again, chlorine is probably the best way to go, but I would advise looking at your own treatments and those bits and pieces there. That's my number 2. And my number 1 reason, for doing the cold plunge is for everything you've heard about in regards to the benefits. It's true. There's not some kind of myth about it. It does have life-changing impacts to how you feel. There's different ways you can do a cold plunge in my experience so far. I'm going to break that down a little bit for this one, because this is basically the whole shebang. If you do a cold plunge first thing in the morning, straight out to bed, say 6:30 in the morning, and you get in there and you get submersion and you go fully under, you will instantly wake up. I did that this week and it was brilliant. And that's the rhythm I try to stay in, is trying to do it first thing in the morning. Now, there's a difference between, you've probably heard this on other podcasts, there's a difference between going into a cold plunge warm and going into a cold plunge already cold. And what that means is going in first thing in the morning when you've not done a workout. So that's what I'm describing there, going in cold. If you are going to go into a cold plunge after a workout, one thing to consider, and this is something Andrew Huberman talks quite a lot at the moment, is it could actually have a negative effect on your gains, depending on when you're at in life. If you're like in your early 20s and you want to get jacked and all that type of stuff, which I was, to be fair, that's what I was aiming to do when I was in the gym. So the reason it can actually have a negative impact on your gains is going into a cold plunge after a workout is the blood around the muscle gets constricted because all your blood wants to go into your core. So if you're looking to put on gains, the actual advice is you do a cold plunge before you do a workout. Boost your testosterone, gets you cold. When you're doing a workout, you obviously need to make sure you're warm and you stretch, and you don't want to like tear anything or pull anything because you are going to be in it obviously pretty cold, but you're going to get that natural kind of testosterone boost, and then you can crack on with your workout and you can have a warm shower afterwards. If you're on the other side and you may be focusing on more muscle recovery, if you've got an injury and that type of stuff, then yeah, focus on going into a cold plunge after a workout. It's whatever's best for you at the end of the day, but I think it's always good to look at what are your goals in regards to fitness, and do you want to gain muscle or are you not that bothered? And I'm in the latter category at this stage of my life. My training routine is more about don't get injured. So if you're in that bucket, do it after. If you want to gain muscle, then do it before. Regardless of when you do your cold plunge, the overall benefits are going to be the same, and that is down to the best way I can describe it, and one of my best friends described it like this, is mental clarity. I'm sure everyone can have that feeling of you're a bit foggy, you don't know what day it is, everything's kind of running around and that type of stuff, and this just goes be feeling a bit foggy, and then all of a sudden it just opens up your eyes and you feel focused, you feel in the moment, you're completely it brings you down to earth, it makes you focus, and it brings you into the present. So those were my top 5 tips and tricks, approaches to doing a cold plunge, how to start, the best way to kind of tackle the challenge by doing Wim Hof breathing exercises, whether you should do it before a workout, after a workout, and also, like I mentioned, I've done an entire video on how to clean and maintain your cold plunge, which I'll put in the link below. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy the channel, feel free to subscribe. I post daily cold plunges, and I hope everyone who watches this channel can be inspired to just drive and push forward to the next level. I'll probably make some more, but I think for a beginner's guide, and even if you've got a little bit of experience, those are the key things to take away. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, give it a like. If you want to subscribe again for daily cold plunges and more videos like this in regards to being your most optimum self, feel free to subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.